Hello students, myself Richa Singh, your physics teacher. I think all of you are well at your home and your studies are going very well. Okay, so in last class we have studied the uses of dimensional analysis, conversion of one system of unit into another system. My dear student, physics is a subject in which we can measure a very small quantity up to very large quantity. We can measure very small distance up to very large distance. We can measure very small masses up to very large masses. In the same way, we can measure very small time interval and large time interval. So today we will start our topic by the measurement of length. Okay, you are very much familiar with the meter scale that you are using, centimeter scale you are using in your compass box also. So some methods are the direct method through which we can measure the distances directly. Okay, and some methods are the indirect method through which we can measure the length of an object or the distance by indirect method. So first of all we will discuss about the direct method. Okay, very common use that you are using, that is the meter scale. Meter scale can measure very small length from 10 raised to power minus 3 meter to 10 raised to power 2 meter. As you are knowing that in centimeter scale that you are using, it start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here it is written that is 1 centimeter. And what is the value of one division if we will ask? So value of one division will be equal to what? 1 upon 10 centimeter, and 1 upon 10 centimeter means what? 0.1 centimeter or 10 raised to power minus 1 centimeter. And 10 raised to power minus 1 centimeter, when we will convert into meter, then it will be equal to 10 raised to power minus 3 meter. Okay, so meter scale can measure very small distance, that is equal to 10 raised to power minus 3 meter. My dear student, in 11th standard, when you will come to school, there are experiments related for measuring the length up to very small value, that is 10 raised to power minus 4 meter, and the name of that instrument is known as vernier caliper. Okay, so this is the instrument. It is better than the meter scale because the least count of this vernier calipers, least count means nothing but it is the least value through which any instrument can count the smallest value. So least count of vernier calipers is 0.01 centimeter. See here, the least count of meter scale is 0.1 centimeter and least count of vernier calipers is 0.01 centimeter. That means it can resolve centimeter into 100 part. Okay. In the same way, the third instrument that we will use in physics lab, that is the screw gauge, and the fourth one is the spherometer. These instruments have the least count of 10 raised to power minus 5 meter, or we can say that the least count of screw gauge or spherometer is 0.001 centimeter. Okay, so through these instrument, we can measure the length of an object by direct method. Direct means we can measure the length of an object directly. So these methods are all called the direct method. Okay, understood? My dear students, now we will come to the indirect method for the measurement of length. Okay, indirect method. Why we are using the indirect method? By sitting here on earth, we can measure the size of the planet. We can measure the distance of any planet, sun, the distance of any star from the earth. So, for understanding the indirect method, we will see the parallax method. So, what is the parallax method? For understanding this method, we will first of all understand the meaning of the parallax. What is the meaning of this word, that is parallax? My dear student, if I hold this pen in our hand and I just close one eye and I am observing this pen, okay, you just see here, and then I will just close this eye and then I will observe this pen. You will observe that there will be slight shift of the position of this pen. So the slight shifting of an object is called the parallax when it is viewed from the two observatory point. Okay, so the definition of parallax here, it is the apparent shift in the position of an object with respect to another when we shift our eyes sidewise. Okay, so we will use here this parallax method. Here by using the parallax method, we will calculate the distance of any planet from the earth. Okay, so see here, first of all observe this figure and we will come to the calculation. Here we have taken two observatory point on the two opposite diameter of the earth, A and B, and here S we have considered the position of any planet. Okay, and then suppose AS and SB both are equal, and that we will consider here by S. So AS is equal to SB, that is equal to D, and D will be equal to distance of a planet from the earth. Okay, then here AB is the diameter of the earth and we will represent it by the small b. So AB will be the diameter of the earth. And here my dear student, because the planet is very far from our earth, so if we will take the ratio of this B by D, if we will take the ratio of B upon D, so it will be very less than 1. So therefore the angle subtended by the planet on the two opposite, diametrically opposite point on the earth will be very small. Therefore we will use this formula, that is angle is equal to arc upon radius, that you are already knowing. Here angle theta is equal to arc, that is we are considering here by AB, upon radius, that is SA. So we will put the value of AB, that is diameter of earth, is equal to B, and AS, that is the capital D. So AS we have supposed equal to capital D. So by this formula, D will be equal to B upon theta. Okay, so we can calculate very easily by this formula the distance of a planet from the earth. Understood? This method is called the parallax method. Now student, we will learn through this example how we can convert degree, minute and second into radian as you know that radian is the standard unit for measuring the angle. Okay, and as we know that 360 degree is equal to how many radian? 2 pi radian. See here, this is total angle that is equal to 360 degree, and 360 degree will be rotated by how many radian? That is 2 pi radian. That is pi plus pi, that is equal to 2 pi radian. So by using this uh, uh, value, we will convert 1 degree, minute and second into radian. Okay, so first of all we will convert degree into radian. As we are knowing 360 degree is equal to 2 pi radian, so 1 degree will be equal to what? 2 pi upon 360, and value of pi that already you are knowing, that is 22 upon 7 or 3.14. So put the value of pi, that is 3.14 upon 180 radian. So you will get the answer 1.745 into 10 raised to power minus 2 radian. Okay. Now we will convert 1 minute into radian. Okay. So see here, 1 degree is equal to how many minutes? That is 60 minutes. And 1 degree is equal to, we have already converted here, 1.745 into 10 raised to power minus 2 radian. So how many, what is the value of 1 minute? 1 minute will be equal to 1.745 into 10 raised to power minus 2 upon 60. By dividing this value, we will get the answer 2.908 into 10 raised to power minus 4 radian. Okay. Now come to the third part, that is 1 second. 1 second of arc into radian. So see here, 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds, and 1 minute we have just converted, that is equal to 2.908 into 10 raised to power minus 4 radian. So 1 minute is equal to this much radian, and 60 seconds will be equal to this much. So 1 second will be equal to again 2.908 upon 60 into 10 raised to power minus 4 radian. That is equal to 4.847 into 10 raised to power minus 4 radian. Okay, my dear student, these values we can use in other numericals also. Understood? Now see the example 2. The moon is observed from two diametrically opposite points A and B on Earth. The angle theta subtended at the moon by the two directions of observation is 1 degree 54 minutes. Okay. So compute the distance of the moon from the earth. Students, just now we have derived the formula by the parallax method, that is distance of the moon from the earth, that is capital D, is equal to B upon theta, and B is the diameter of earth, that is already given 1.276 into 10 raised to power 7 meter. Now we have to put the value of theta. See here, theta is the angle, it is given in degree and minute, and as you know that theta, the standard value or the fundamental unit of angle is radian. So first of all we will convert degree into radian. See here how we will convert 1 degree 54 minute. First of all we will convert 1 degree into minute, that is 60 minute plus 54 minute, that is equal to 114 minute. So 114 into 60, 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So we will convert into seconds, it will be equal to 6840 seconds. Okay. Now so theta will be equal to 6840 into 4.85 into 10 raised to power minus 6 radian. My dear students, just now in the previous example we have calculated 1 second is equal to 4.85 into 10 raised to power minus 6 radian. So we will convert this second into radian by multiplying by this value. And we will get 3.32 into 10 raised to power minus 2 radian. Okay. So we will put the value of B and theta. And by solving it, we will get 3.84 into 10 raised to power 8 meter. Understood? So it is very easy example based upon the parallax method. My dear student, in the same way we can measure very small distance in physics. Okay? So there are various methods through which we can measure the very small distances. For example, the optical microscope. We can observe because in optical microscope visible light is used. Okay. And what is the wavelength of visible light? As we are knowing, the wavelength of visible light is from violet to red is 4000 angstrom to 7000 angstrom. Okay. And 1 angstrom is equal to 10 raised to power minus 10 meter. So through this optical microscope, we can resolve the image of an object up to 4000 to 7000 angstrom. Okay. The electron microscope. See, the second one is the electron microscope. It is better than the optical microscope because the wavelength of electron is smaller than 1 angstrom. It is up to 0.6 angstrom. So the image through this electron microscope can be resolved up to 0.6 angstrom. And this instrument can be used to resolve the atoms and molecules in a material. And nowadays, student, tunneling microscopes are also used to estimate the size of the molecule. So, my dear students, we can measure very large distance as well as the small distance in physics. Okay. Now see the range of length. How much length, smaller length we can measure as well as the larger length we can measure. Very small length, that is size of the nucleus of atom, also we can measure in physics. As you know, the size of the nucleus of atom is 10 raised to power minus 14 meter. And the size of extent observable universe is 10 raised to power 26 meter. So this much length also we can measure in physics. My dear students, see the special length unit for short and large length. Okay. So some of the units I have written here, and you can learn some of the unit here. 1 Fermi, very small unit for measuring the length. We can write 1 Fermi is equal to 10 raised to power minus 15 meter. 1 angstrom, that is 1 angstrom, we can write in this way: 1 angstrom is equal to 10 raised to power minus 10 meter. Okay. And 1 astronomical unit, that is we can write 1 AU is equal to 1.496 into 10 raised to power 11 meter. And what is the 1 astronomical unit? It is the average distance between sun and the earth. Okay. And the other larger unit is the light year. And 1 light year is equal to 9.46 into 10 raised to power 15 meter. And dear student, light year is the distance traveled by the light in 1 year with a speed of 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second. Another larger unit is parsec. 1 parsec is equal to 3.08 into 10 raised to power 16 meter. And parsec is nothing but it is the distance at which average radius of Earth's orbit subtends an angle of 1 arc second.